We're here today at Disney's Boardwalk because I heard that the Cake Bake Shop was going to be having a soft opening this afternoon for the restaurant. Now there's been so much hype and controversy about this restaurant. They posted menus with prices that were really high and people were outraged on social media, and then they posted new menus with prices that were slightly lower, which is a weird move, a weird marketing move on their part, but I have to admit, it made me very curious. They have other restaurants and I'll talk about like the history and like what it's all about, and I'm just gonna bring you along with me for the experience of the soft opening to see like what the hype is all about and what it is like in there. I'm just so curious, so let's go. So this is their third location, and one of my big questions is, does this theme fit here in the Boardwalk, where it's supposed to be like a turn of the century, seaside, amusement park vibes? Like, does it fit? Hello, Friendship Boat. We're gonna find out. There is both a bakery and a restaurant. So the bakery soft opened this morning and there's already a line to get in there for the cake, but I'm actually gonna try to get in for the restaurant, which they said soft opens within the hour. But here's an idea. So there's the bakery and there is the full restaurant. Of course, you can also get things from the bakery at the restaurant. And right out front, they have this plush animal who is their mascot named Brulee, and they say that he comes here in the morning, turns on all the chandeliers, and sprinkles pixie dust everywhere. He's got golden horns, a cute bow, and on his feet it says CB, Cake Bake. So here is the restaurant. You can see it's white and gold. It's got kind of a French theme. It's got sparkling lights. Let's take a look at the menu. So along with a French-themed decor and atmosphere, it is also a French-themed menu. So I'm gonna try to find out what they are most famous for and get that. And of course, a piece of that $25 cake. Very interesting. The rest of the Boardwalk, again, is like turn of the century, seaside amusement park themed. So this is a very interesting. It also is replacing the ESPN Sports Zone, which was like a sports grill type of restaurant. And I'm just so curious how this is gonna do here on the Boardwalk, like how it's going to fare with the customers. And I'm very curious to see what a $25 slice of cake tastes like. When I first saw the menu, I thought $25 was for the whole cake. It's for a slice. I'm just so curious. So we're gonna dine, we're gonna enjoy this, and I'm gonna show you around. I can kind of see inside. Those sparkling lights are gonna look very pretty at night, I will say that. They are starting to set up. All right, I've run into some friends and there is a line already forming, so I am gonna go get in it, and that means they're opening soon. Woohoo! Nice, they have welcomed us and they're starting to scan guests in. Okay, so I waited in line for about half an hour, and there weren't a ton of people at first. Like, I was pretty close to the front of the line, but then more and more people started coming, and now there's a pretty good line. Everyone's very excited. So far, the team here is very sweet and nice. So I put down my name and phone number. I got that first initial text, and then they said I'll get a text when my table is ready, so I can wait in the shade because it's very beautiful out, but it's very warm today. I will say the music is very magical sounding. One thing I noticed while waiting is that the Boardwalk has its own music, and Cake Bake Shop also has its own distinct music, different from the Boardwalk. So you can kind of feel the vibe they're going for by this music. And we can see how sparkly it is inside. It's filled with chandeliers and twinkle lights. Now I'm excited to get in there. I have gotten my text. It is time, returning to the podium, that glorious feeling when you've been beckoned. Thank you. Thank you.
All of the crystals in here have been handpicked by Gwendolyn.
Oh, wow.
All of them are from Austria.
Oh, this is really pretty too. Thousands of crystals from Austria?
Yes. And eventually there's going to be little animatronic characters, like the small little characters of our...
That's amazing. Okay, that's very exciting.
Dragons.
Everything is creamy, white, pastel, and gold trimmed. So I spoke with my server, obviously, and I asked, what are the iconic dishes? What are the dishes that Gwendolyn Rogers herself, the owner of this establishment, would recommend? And I got a couple of recommendations that surprised me. She recommended that I get the New Orleans shrimp po' boy. Now, if you know me, you know I love New Orleans. They said that the bread is actually sent in from Gambino's Bakery, and I usually order a king cake every year from Gambino's during Mardi Gras, so I thought that was really cool. And I love a po' boy. It's $35, which a po' boy would never be in New Orleans. So I'm thinking about it, but I'm very iffy. They also said that the quiches, they're famous for the quiches. And I do love a quiche also. And they also said they're famous for their cocktails. I got the Cake Bake Shake Up here. So there you go, you can have like kind of a look at that. There's quite a lot to choose from. I came in wanting the croque monsieur, but now I don't know. And the crab cakes, apparently they're famous for it too. Ooh, this is tough. This is extremely difficult to decide because it is a big menu, but it's a lot of like, this is the breakfast and brunch, this whole entire page right here. So that's off the tables. This is lunch and dinner. They're gonna be open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they did say, so that's interesting. I wanna kind of like go a little over the top right now and really try this if I'm gonna try this, you know? They have gumbo. Wow. I don't know if you heard when I came in, but the original seater told me that there are thousands of crystals in here, Austrian crystals, hand-picked by Gwendolyn herself. I also read that in her original restaurant, this is her third, that she brought furniture and decor from her own home to decorate the place, and that they really pride themselves in going all out for like Christmas and the holidays. And I already see a lot of holiday decor that I'm gonna show you because it looks really pretty. My drink has arrived. It's the Cake Bake Shop Shake Up. Now this cocktail was inspired by the Indiana State Fair, and it is covered in glitter, which is pixie dust that Brulee sprinkled on it. Brulee is a dragon, and he, breathes fire as dragons do, but I guess he's learned to instead light the chandeliers and sprinkle glitter and pixie dust everywhere. So let's try it. Well, it's very delicious. It tastes like beautiful, bright lemonade. I don't really taste alcohol. Let me give it a stir. Give it a stir. I don't want to like interfere with the glitter. I don't know if you can see it on the leaf here. Or is that like a mint leaf maybe? But either it's mixed so well that I can't taste the alcohol, or it's just very light. I'm not sure. But it honestly just tastes like lemonade. I don't even taste the vodka in there, which could be a good thing. It could mean it's mixed very well. Or it could mean there's only very little in there. But either way, it tastes shaken, not stirred, if you will. But very, very good. Very sweet, a nice lemonade, like very refreshing from standing out there in the sun. It's got a beautiful color. And of course, the little glittery sprig on top. It's good. My appetizer has arrived, or as they list it, as an hors d'oeuvre. This is the crab cake with remoulade. It's homemade blue lump and jumbo lump crab cake mixed with panko breadcrumbs and sautéed in olive oil and clarified butter, accompanied by their homemade remoulade sauce, served with an arugula salad dressed with their homemade lemon vinaigrette and topped with Parmesan cheese. I also see a roasted lemon here, so I'm guessing I give that a squeeze. Maybe I should try it without the lemon first and then try it with the lemon. Let's do that. Let's try. I'm gonna try it first without the lime, with just the remoulade. It's very fresh, I will say that. Now it is delicious. It is very fresh tasting, very fresh. Let's try with some lemon. Ooh, I hope I didn't go overboard there. So tender. It is, it's delicious. Let's try some of the salad. I like arugula a lot, and it's nice arugula. Just a little bit of lemon. It's a nice combo together too. Like the crab cake and the arugula, and the remoulade is wonderful. It is good. The prices here I think are the big thing that everyone hesitates on, including me. But I will say that it is very, very fresh, very delicious. One of the top tier crab cakes I have had. Obviously it'd be nice if it was two, but for one, I mean, it's definitely like up there. It goes really well with this actually. And with the arugula. It goes very well together. One thing I like about this crab cake is how soft and tender it is, and you can see like crab in there, and it doesn't seem to be filled with filler, Like it's the purest form of crab cake. Now, one of the interesting things is I did say, like, will this fit into the boardwalk? The boardwalk has a lot of amusement park theming, a lot of vintage classic amusement park things like carousels. Now this right in front of me, this beautiful carousel, they told me it's going to have animatronic figures in it, which I think will be an awesome addition. It has the mirrors here along the top. Like if you're in a carousel, if anything in there were moving, I think it would be just a beautiful addition and add to the boardwalk amusement park vibe. They also told me there were about 14 of these chandeliers. And also, the decorations are very, very pretty and classy. And now my entree has arrived, and this is the biggest po' boy I have ever seen. Again, they have the fresh baked bread from Gambino's, sent in from New Orleans, thin fries. Look at how big. There's a little, like a rose shape in the top of each. I'm giving you the spin, guys. I'm giving you the slide in and the spin because it's very, very pretty, I've got to say. It's a beautiful presentation. Now, it does come with some sauce. We have Crystal's hot sauce, their house garlic aioli, and some ketchup, which, no, we don't do ketchup around here. But I think it's cute how it comes in this Crystal hot sauce is kind of liquidy, like that, so very nice. Look at it, it's pretty. Okay, so and we can see how absolutely humongous this is. So let me just try a fry. Let me try that in this. I'm not a huge fan of aioli. I feel like it always just tastes like mayonnaise, so let's try this one. It is nice as far as aiolis go, but the fries are actually really good on their own. They're very nicely seasoned. They taste really good, the fries. How am I gonna do this? I don't know. That is like really big. Pickles, tomatoes, lettuce, like a lot in here. So the pickles are really, really nice in there. I'm gonna like slice a piece off here so we can get a nice slice. Oh, the shrimp fell out. Get back in there. that might have been a mistake. It's falling apart. What have I done? The shrimp is very plump and juicy. It is big shrimp. They are not skimping on the shrimp. They're not shrimping. Whatever. The bread is thick and nicely toasted. It's really good bread. Very like soft and nice. They are starting to seat more and more people in here, and it is getting louder. This is just something to note. There are different dining rooms in here though, and I'll show you around them as well. It is really, really good bread. As I eat more of the bread, it's so flaky and so nice that like I could eat this bread on its own, like a baguette of this, and just love this. I could baguette some more of this. Let me just show you the shrimp because they are really big and coated in seasoning and like really good shrimp. They are like a little bit fried. With a dozen fried shrimp, I should have counted the shrimp. I think this is like the second or third one. Are there really a dozen? I need to know if there are a dozen. 2, 3, 4. It's hard because they're under stuff and I don't want to tear this apart too much, but I believe them. I think it's a dozen. It's definitely a lot. Yeah, 6 each. Ooh, you gotta do it, right? I like it. This centerpiece in the main dining room will definitely be a highlight here, and there's actually a table in there as well, which is really cool. The chandeliers, they add this like a little bit of a magical touch of lighting. You see the shadows on the ceiling up there from those highlights up there. Very nice. This feels like the table. This is inside. It's a beautiful mirrored table. This is like the spot. Now, one interesting thing about this is that it says emergency stop located in service bar. So like, what is gonna stop? What's gonna spin? Not the table, surely. Maybe something up on top? I think something up on top. Wow, cool. And the different rooms have more sparkling lights everywhere. There's a different vibe in the different rooms too. Look how pretty this is with the pumpkins. They've added some fall in here. A lot of crystals, very much crystal palace of snowy fall prettiness, the little pumpkins mixed in here. I like this room. Ooh, this is nice. This is like the bar room. The bar is so pretty. Look, roses, like dusty pink roses. That is the biggest chandelier. Well, actually not the biggest I've seen because I've been to Vegas, but it's pretty big and it's pretty amazing and beautiful. Wow. This tree is massive and so pretty, and this isn't even their Christmas tree. This is like a fall tree, but it's got all these beautiful white pumpkins on it and like chestnuts, and it's a really, really nice vibe. It's like everything's frosty, covered with snow. And now it is time to look at their cake, what they are known for, what Gwendolyn baked herself. And right at the top, I see Gwendolyn's famous Earl's Court chocolate cake. And I'm very tempted with that because that's like the one. That's the cake. And then also the millionaire cake, very tempted with that too. That sounds really, really good. There is a gluten-free cake here. Pumpkin chocolate, I love that. pumpkin spice, and then there's a note about gluten-free here. It says, kindly note all of our dishes are prepared in a kitchen that handles nuts, gluten, eggs, dairy, and other allergens. Please inform your server of any food allergies or dietary restrictions, and we will do our best to accommodate your needs. However, we cannot guarantee that our dishes will be completely free from allergens or cross-contamination. And they don't just have cake, they have pies, cheesecakes, ice cream, sorbet, French pastries, chocolates, cookies, and tea and coffee, which I love. And I heard they're gonna have like an afternoon tea here, which I would love to come back and try because I love an afternoon tea. The teas sound amazingly lovely. And yeah, oh boy. Now, one thing that I've seen talked about a lot is the premium on sodas here. We are talking like, I mean, these are kind of elevated sodas that are a little bit more than just soda. But you're going for a Coca-Cola, that is $7, $6.99. So I mean, that is pretty pricey for a soda. You go in the parks though, it's like $5 for a soda, so I don't know, that's a bit much. But they have all of that in here too. Another thing I will say is that the service here is impeccable. It is a soft opening, the very first day of service for guests. So hopefully it maintains this level, but everyone is extremely friendly. And more than that, like they're telling the story of the restaurant. They're very excited about the restaurant. They're very excited to recommend dishes and very in character, I would say, for the theme of the restaurant. And that's nice. Yeah, that makes for an experience that is a bit elevated, a bit different, a bit special and themed. So that is very nice. Okay, I am gonna pack this up to go home. I'm gonna eat some later at home and share some with Sam. And it is time for cake. Very nice branded box here, Cake Bake Shop. And look, the sandwich takes up a whole box. I need another box for the frites. Now they did just tell me that these are reusable. You can put them in the refrigerator and they're microwavable and they can go in the dishwasher. So not only are they pretty, but you can reuse them, which I think is a really nice touch. And I think Sam is gonna be very happy tonight to get this. Now here is what all the kids are having fun with. They have this beautiful coloring sheet. It is like an oval. It's kind of shaped like an egg actually. It says Cake Bake Shop. It's got all these lovely characters in it. There's Brulee right there. I have to learn the other characters. There's a swan and like a unicorn. And it comes with these crayons, but they're actually colored pencils. Let me show you. This is also like a reusable container. Look at how pretty. Are you kidding me? Like, this is gorgeous. I think that this is awesome. You know what? Let's pop a little orange in the fire here just to test out the colored pencils and see what they're like. Oh, very nice. Oh, that's pink actually. That's okay. That's okay. Let's pop a little red in there. Okay. Well, they have very pretty colors in these. Oh, look at that. Very sharp. I love a sharpened colored pencil. Who doesn't, right? All right, this is like, I'm having as much fun as the kids are having right now. This is such a nice little gift. Like, I think this is lovely, actually. You know what? I think that the inside of the fire needs a little yellow. Usually put like the inside a little dark. As you can hear, the restaurant is getting more and more crowded. And today's soft opening, like people just, everybody's in the know nowadays, I'll tell you what. Let's color the crown here. I'm having so much fun, hold on. A nice little gift for the kiddos, and it keeps them busy. They're having so much fun, all the kids at the tables, including me. Now for dessert, I've gone for the famous award-winning Gwendolyn's Famous Earl's Court cheesecake, and I also ordered a pot of tea. And I got Earl Grey, because Earl, and I'm doing a double Earl, you see? Thank you so much. So I went for it. I really went for it with a pot of tea. This is in partnership with Damon Fraise of Paris. And if there's one thing I've learned from my years of watching Star Trek Next Generation, it's Earl Grey hot. A Captain Picard favorite. I will add a little milk. I don't always for Earl Grey, but I will add a little more to the cup. Lovely. Earl Grey has a very special flavor. The bergamot really, it's like sweet and just a very unique flavor. It's something beyond sweet. It's very, very nice. The famous cake has arrived. Gwendolyn's Famous Earl's Court chocolate cake, named after the Earl's Court Convention Center in London. where Gwendolyn received awards for Best Chocolate Cake at the London Cake and Bake Show in 2012. It's 3 layers of Valrhona French chocolate cake filled with Calabat Belgian chocolate ganache and malted chocolate cream, topped with Calabat Belgian chocolate fudge and fleur de sel from Ile de Ré in the south of France. And also, of course, covered with glitter from Brulee. And now I just got quite a bit more information about this cake from my server. So this Gwendolyn first made as the birthday cake for her middle son. It won the competition. It became so popular, Elton John flew her out to make his cake. The gourmet French sea salt that is mixed in with the gold glitter can only be harvested once per year for like 3 weeks out of the year. It adds a delicate balance because obviously it's very decadent looking with all the chocolate and sweet. So it adds that little bit of salt into it. So that is very interesting. I mean, it is very pretty. I'll just give you like a context of like, these are my hands. Like this is how big it is. So it's time to try it. I'm gonna try to get, here we go. I'm gonna try to get 3 layers in my first bite here. And it looks very thick and fudge-like. I mean, it is delicious. It is incredibly decadent. These layers are kind of fudge-like and a very, very soft. This one is like a thick, almost like a fudge, not like fudge, but kind of like that. This is like a mousse, very airy and light. The cake is very, like it is thick and soft. It's not dry in the slightest, which is very nice. It's so thick that it is almost like a brownie. It's not quite a brownie, it's definitely cake, but it is almost like a brownie. I mean, it is delicious. I can't fault it. Like, I want to just rip into it all over here. Because look at this. This right here, look at that. The afternoon sun is streaming in. There's a lot of light in here. The restaurant is absolutely full. There are people everywhere enjoying their meals. I have actually chatted with a few people and everyone says that they love everything they have, so.
Our special pixie glitter that Brulee the Dragon has shared with us.
I love how it's shining in the sun right now.
To share with his friends to make some pixie glitter wishes.
Okay.
Would you like to make a pixie
I would
glitter
love
wish?
to.
Fantastic.
Okay.
So hold out your hand.
Okay.
We talked about Brulee the Dragon.
Uh-huh.
Yes, he makes his birthday wishes with pixie glitter instead.
I love it.
His
Okay.
birthday candles. We'll put some of that pixie glitter right here in your hand.
Ah!
We'll ask you to think about your wish just super
Okay.
hard
And blow? Okay. That's amazing.
And if you clap those hands, you will wear your pixie glitter wish for the rest of the afternoon.
Thank you so much. I have a huge pile of to-go boxes right now between my po' boy, the frites, and the cake. And they have a special reusable bag here, and I think it costs $2 at the bakery. But at least today, and I'm not sure how long this is going to be, they are 1 complimentary bag per table, so I'm definitely getting a special bag. Like, look at this. Look at my pile. It is very quickly getting darker. They opened for these at like 4:30 for the soft opening, so it is now 6:30. I have been in here for like 2 hours. I guess it's a long dining experience. And I'm about to wrap up and pay the bill, but it is getting prettier and prettier as it's slowly getting darker. I'll show you around too. The lights, the like small twinkle lights are just so pretty. Look at this. With the pumpkins and the lights. And they have these like scuffed up mirrors. I like that there are kind of divided up dining rooms, different areas. The lighting is very soft and nice. And the light from the other rooms shines through the windows. Very nice. That's coming home with me. I am now just waiting for the check to see what the damage is. I know it's going to be very expensive. I ordered more than I normally would because I really wanted to try a lot. Obviously, I'm making this video, so I wanted to give a nice, well-rounded review and try like an appetizer, a main course, the dessert, the tea, all of it, and just kind of give a more informed opinion by trying like a nice full course of meals. And you know, it's in soft opening right now. It's a good opportunity to try all of this. We'll give my full like review and thoughts when we step outside, but right now I'm just waiting for the bill, and I'll let you know how much it all was, but don't be shocked because it's going to be a lot. I feel like 200 is what I'm thinking. I'm not great at math, but I feel like 200. Okay, let's see what the damage is. Well, I mean, it is a lot, but it is not what I thought. $123. One thing I didn't ask is whether there's a Disney World annual pass holder discount here. I should have asked that, but I will go ahead and ask just to make sure, but there you go. I asked and there is no annual pass holder discount here. Okay, well that was a nice experience, but I do have some thoughts that we will talk about. Let's make our way out. Look around at the view a little bit first. The fall autumn tree looks even prettier as it's getting darker. It's a very they do birthdays and weddings and stuff here, and I could see how this is a very pretty place for special occasions, you know? Now, fun fact here, if you look at this star, it looks familiar, doesn't it? This is from ESPN, the former restaurant. Look at how they've had it beautifully framed. That's kind of like an homage to what was here before, and it kind of shows the owner's sense of preserving time and place and sentimentality, really, even. I think that's really nice. Everything is gold trimmed. There's a pot here that says Open Table Top 100 Restaurants of 2022. And there are also different articles and awards and things framed on the walls. There is also here the Oprah Favorite Things, where she talks about the Gwendolyn Rogers crumb cake here, and an Indianapolis article. And I just met and chatted with Gwendolyn, and she is chatting with everyone, and she is so nice, and she was telling us about how this star from ESPN was framed by her son and all the care and love that went into getting it restored to display here. And I just think that's really nice. Ooh, we have beautiful trees and lights everywhere. Okay, off we go. As you can see, it's gotten nighttime very quickly. Good night, Brulee. As you can see, it is now nighttime. Here is the bakery. Let's go in there and just check it out. And now that it's dark, we can see the sign all lit up, and it's like sparkling lights with a pattern. Thank you. Okay, I'm in the gift shop. It was a little bit of a wait, but it's the bakery and the gift shop. It does smell really nice. Everything is kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of frilly, pink and soft, which is very pretty and definitely has a vibe. We've got Brulee flapping his wings up here. Wow, okay. So we have the little ballerina and the swan bird thing. They also have a cookbook. They have these candles, these long, thin candles that are sparkly and glittery. Even jewelry, wow, like fancy cake toppers. I am waiting for my turn, and I'm just gonna kind of walk through and show you everything. I see glittery cookies. Cakes up here are beautiful, I will say. Okay, it looks like a lot of folks are also enjoying. Everything's it's very pretty. It's very aesthetic, it's very beautiful. It looks like almost movie, anime, cartoon, video game type of desserts, and everything is sparkled with glitter. Look at the macaroons, and the cookies are sparkled with glitter. These truffles look like the TV show movie truffles. They're very pretty. Okay, I think I remember. I think Rosette Chantilly. This is named after Gwendolyn, the owner. The unicorn, it says it right here, buttercream. So that's such a cute name. So this is a whole host of cute original characters. Really pretty. This doll reminds me of an antique. Oh, and I almost forgot Prince Earl. Like the Little Prince or something, you know? That kind of vibe. And they've definitely got a lot of merch here, a lot of merchandise. Their own original stuff. They've got shirts and sweatshirts, and it's a very pretty design. And there are these cups here with a golden straw. They've got hats, sweatshirts. It's very pretty. It's also filled with chandeliers. A lot of happy customers getting sweets and desserts. Thank you.
Of course.
Good night. Look at the beautiful boardwalk at night. This is all connected to Disney's Boardwalk Resort. And then there's bars and fun stuff like that. We've got the Swan and Dolphin off in the distance, and the Yacht Club and Beach Club over there. The sparkling is very pretty at night. All right, I have completed the dining experience here at the Cake Bake Shop restaurant. I also checked out the bakery and the gift shop and all of that. And overall, I would say one of the things that I have seen the most talked about online, the big drama, is about the prices. So from my experience, the food was all very delicious. It all tasted very high quality. Everything was really nice. There were a lot of special things, like they talked about the sea salt on the cake that can only be harvested for 3 weeks out of the year in the south of France. So you can tell that they go out of their way to try to get special ingredients and things like that. And some of that does constitute some of the prices. So I've seen a lot of talk online. Everybody's talking about the prices, like, is it worth it? It's very, very pricey. It's very, very expensive. Is it worth it? It depends. I think it's going to be different for everyone. Is it overpriced? I do think some of it is. I do think $25 for a piece of cake, while the cake was very delicious and it does have special ingredients and a special story, it is a wonderful cake. I mean, it is delicious. There's no fault with the cake. But $25 for a slice, and it's not even like a massive, huge slice. Like, it is big. It is a big slice. You could easily share that between 2 or 3 people. You could share it between 4, honestly, and that would make it a better value. But I do think $25 is more than a slice of cake should be. When I saw that price, I thought it was the whole cake. So I can't even imagine how much the whole cake is. Now, as for the meals, I think that in New Orleans, $35 for a po' boy would get you laughed at. It is a lot. But then again, it is huge. They're importing the bread. We are not in New Orleans. We're here in Florida at Walt Disney World. Part of it is you're paying like Boardwalk, Walt Disney World prices. This is in a kind of an upscale area of Disney World with the Yacht Club, Beach Club, and Boardwalk resorts, which are higher end Disney resorts. They are very pricey resorts to stay at. Another thing to keep in mind is that the Boardwalk does not have as many food options as it used to. There's almost nothing to eat in the middle of the day. There's the bakery and the pizza window. There's the new hot dog place, which I haven't tried yet. But like, there's not a lot of options to eat here. Now, Epcot is right around the way. But as far as like if you're staying in these resorts or hanging out in the Boardwalk area, there's not a lot of options besides breakfast and dinner. So I think that's really smart. I think that they'll have an audience of people who are here looking for something to eat. They are gonna have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so I think that's also really smart. I think you're also paying partly for the experience because it's a really upscale, nice experience. They treat you really nice. They talk with you a lot. My server team was so sweet and knowledgeable and amazing. I give them huge credit for being so nice. The owner is walking around. I chatted with her, Gwendolyn, lovely person, and you could tell she puts a lot of her own heart and her own care into this restaurant, into all of her restaurants. This is their 3rd location. It's here at Walt Disney World, and you can tell it's a big deal to them. You can tell they're not taking it lightly, that they have a 3rd location and that it's at Disney World. So I think that is really cool too. It is something different and nice and pretty. I think overall I had a lovely experience and everything was delicious, and I really, really enjoyed myself, and I would come back, but I don't think this would be like a go-to for me per se. And I would just come in knowing that it's gonna be expensive. But I'd still recommend giving it a try if you like that kind of food that you saw on the menu. There's my roundabout kind of like assessment of the experience and the dining. I am glad that it's here. It is really pretty. The food is very nice and good quality. The experience is definitely top tier. Like, the experience is what makes it. The way they treat you and the way everything looks, and it's so pretty, and at night it's even prettier, and the music and the like magical pixie dust thing and all of that, I think that takes it over the top and makes it a more special experience. $25 for a piece of cake though, bit over the top. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight and having a lovely date night with me here at the Cake Bake Shop in its very first night of soft opening. I saw lots of friends, chatted with lots of people tonight, and heard a lot of different opinions, so I'll be curious to know what you all think as well. And I know that a lot of bloggers and vloggers were here tonight, so I thank you for spending time with me, and I appreciate you being here with me and like hearing my experience. And you know, I'm always going to try to keep it honest, fair, balanced, and just real. It is my experience. It is what it is. So yeah, again, thank you for hanging out with me. I am sending you a ton of love. I'll see you for the next video. And until then, as always, stay enthused. Bye.